Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday night here on the Master and Drum. I am Jason C. What is going on, everybody? Nice to see everyone tonight. Tonight, we have a by popular request, by popular demand. A lot of people asked me to do another tier list for another brand. So tonight's choice or the next choice, we already did Wild Turkey. So now we're going to dive into Heaven Hill. So I actually just noticed that the thumbnail is wrong on the video. It's actually 23 bottles total, not 22. So you have 23 bottles in here. Not doing all of them tonight. Obviously, we are doing, I think, 9 or 10 tonight. That's going to be in the blind. And again, with your help, just like we did with the Wild Turkey, we'll try to rank them. We'll try to figure out where they fall exactly in the rank and file of things. We'll go through the rating system and everything like that. It has a nice little fun game to it, and we'll go from there. So I am still, I guess, recovering from from the Mad Madness finals, which was crazy. I want to thank everyone for the support and everything. It was kind of crazy because like the one thing I don't think I trained for all year was having a bunch of high age whiskeys in a row, and I literally like drew a blank. I could not think of like high age bottles in that blind tasting. I mean, Dan nailed it. It was definitely his time to win it all. So congrats to him. But I do want to thank everybody that like helped me train throughout the year, and I feel like I have a really good strategy going into to next year. And see if I could. That belt will be mine at some point for sure. Just a matter of time. So we'll see how it goes. But it was a lot of fun, and I kind of said afterwards, I'm like, man, I'm done doing blind tastings. So yeah, so tonight we're gonna have a blind tasting. Let me just say it's gonna be I've had it with competitive blind tastings. So if anybody out there wants to come for me and try to take me out, you're gonna have to wait a while because I'm like over it for a month or two. Like no more points, no more timers. I'm over it. Like I'm gonna give it a rest for a little while. So Jeffrey Wack, if you're watching, or anyone else that I took out in Mad Madness, you're gonna have to wait a little bit before you have another shot at the the runner-up title. So yeah. Let me say hi to everybody here in the chat tonight. I actually have a really cool sample poured, which is a sample that I won on Dusty Dan's stream, which is it's a 1967 Waterford bourbon. It's only 80 proof. I feel like it'd be a cool bourbon to start with, something easy, but also a Dusty. I really miss sipping my Dusty bottles, and now I get to kind of do that again. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a Dusty tonight. So what's going on? Let's see here. We have Mike Widener's in the house. It should be fun. I haven't tried Parker's. There's time. WJK, so much for being done with blind. Yeah, well, that's what I meant. It's just not competitive blind tastings. Competitive blind tastings. Hank Williams Jr. I found my thrill on Heaven Hill. Fats Domino. I like it. Yari Klein. I was at Heaven Hill last Friday. One of my favorite distilleries. Absolutely. Donner Pass Whiskey in the house. What is going on, man? Nice to see you. Honest Charlie. Let's see. Hank Williams. William Wiley is here. What's going on, man? Dude must have cheated with the Chinese lockbox, black shrink wrap and all. Shayla might have been in on it. Jesus, Honest Charlie, take it easy. Pre-game squad. Blind Squirrel is here. Steve A. Nothing at all with a blind, just for fun. Exactly. This is just for fun, just to see where these whiskeys fall. So the trick was really for the Elijah Craig barrel proof, Larceny barrel proof. If that's in this blind, there's no, I didn't choose a specific batch of that. It was just pick a random batch and pour it and see what happens. So if it's in the blind tonight, we'll see. If not, we'll go from there. But we'll see how it shakes out. Nathan Jurgensen is here. What's going on? Jeff Perkins in the house. Cheers to Whiskey Wednesday. I predict AJ17 will be at the top of Heaven Hill. I would imagine it will be. I don't know if it's in the blind tonight, but we'll see. Ham Turkey, this is going to be a great one. Christopher David is here. What's going on, Chris? Nice to see you as always. Let's effing go, people, says James LeBron James Lay. What's up, LeBron? Nice to see you here. Glad you're watching me in your off season. Everett Jarvis is here. Christopher David, Chris Buzalencia, Saucy Shane in the house. KCD, Matt Madness 2024 prep starts today. Yeah, no, no way, man. Tim Cornet is here. What's going on? Jeepman 103, Whiskey Juice, Joe the Sample Guy, Kenneth Rathburn. He says just had an amusing idea for double bass. Booker's apprentice batch versus Teresa's batch. Many consider that the worst batch thus far. I got to see if I still even have Teresa's batch. I might have like gotten rid of that or gave it to somebody or drain poured it. I got to see what I did with that batch. Alex Mayer's here. Adam Hinson, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see you. Steve Henry's drinking Henry McKenna 10-year. That'll be cool to see if that ends up in the blind tonight. I haven't had Henry McKenna in a long time. So Buzzards Roost, Cigar Rye, and an Oliva Melania. Damn, Nathan. Right in my wheelhouse, man. That's like my favorite cigar right now. Larceny C922 for Richard White. And we are just going down the list here, and I have a lot of catching up to do. Jeepman with the first super chat, best cigar finished whiskey. Cigar finished. Well, I mean, there's cigar blends, and then there's cigar batches, and then there's cigar. If you're talking about just like using actual cigar smoke to smoke the whiskey, there's only a handful of those. Probably I would say Buzzard's Roost does it the best, but as far as like cigar batches, I still find it hard to beat. You know, I still find the Joseph Magnus hard to beat, especially when they're so different. And Jeepman 103, you are the first entry into. We're going to be giving away this bottle tonight. This is the a backup that I have of Larceny Barrel Proof B523. That's right. The holy grail of Larceny Barrel Proof is here. I'm going to give away this bottle tonight. So any entry any super chat that comes in tonight gets a shot at it. And what we'll do is if there's somebody in chat that could track it for me, I'd appreciate it. So let me know if anybody's up for it. Let's see here. Robert Lee, Giselle's Bourbon is here. Showing up, Marie D in the house. MJ says, Lily says hi. How you doing, Lily? Bose Wine Guy says, I'm late, but I made it. Buffalo, let's see, not Buffalo Trace. I saw BT. That's Brian Tracy. What's up, Brian? I almost called you Buffalo Trace. Damn, says Mamuka. Outside the Star. Let's see here. Got the BEP today. $80. Seen it for $200. Crazy. Yeah, $200 for the BEP. That's a joke. That B523 is excellent. Yeah, that's right. So if anyone's having trouble finding one, we'll give one away tonight. Brian Tracy actually is better than Buffalo Trace. So yeah, for sure. Mike Widener says $10. Everyone is asking me about the new K. Luke. So one, I did buy it. I did grab it on Sealbox today. Two, I have not tried it yet. I haven't gotten any samples yet. I am buying number 5 purely on what Jonathan Maisano told me in the last stream. He was kind of blending that one for Father's Day. He said he's got some really good whiskeys in that blend. So I am rolling the dice like all of you on it. So we'll see. Mamuga says, damn. Tony Bagadona says, I'll throw in a bottle of ECBP B523. What? Well, okay. Hey, man, if you want to throw that in, are you just trying to get rid of it or you really want to give it away? Love the show and that LBP. That's right. That's right. Start the FOMO. Hey, JC, Baker 7 versus standard Booker's profile is just proof the difference. Also, WB Saffel Turkey worth $100. You are a legend, says Matthew Markowski. Thank you so much. WB Saffel, yes, I think it's worth $100 for sure. You got 12-year-old whiskey in that bottle. I know it's a 375, but it's really good Wild Turkey in that bottle. And, you know, I'm a turkey head, hence the hat. So I would definitely pull the trigger on that. Baker 7 versus standard Booker's profile. Yes, it's less proof. However, they're aged in completely different places in the warehouses, which definitely garners it a different profile. Baker's, from what I understand, is not Baker's, I'm sorry, Booker's is in that center cut part of the warehouse. That's where Booker No always wanted his Bookers to be aged. I don't think Baker's is aged in the same area. So I think you get a little bit of a different profile there. And we don't even know if it's the same warehouses, if they mix them together. But Booker's has always been in that center cut part of the warehouse. I don't think Baker's is aged there, which is what is going to give you the variation in flavor. K-Luke, yeah, K-Luke sold out on seal. Did it just sell out today? Because it's like, I know they launched it and then they relaunched it today, and it's probably gone by now. Hey, what's up? Bird Ben is in the house. What's going on? Fancy Franchie's in here. The legend, Fancy Franchi and Gary Franchi. Yeah, Sapple's a $50 bottle. I get it, but it's true. I haven't really seen it I haven't really seen it at I think the cheapest I've seen it in places is $75. So, I mean, if you want to wait to find it for 75, you can, but I would still buy it at 100 because I love it so much. But again, guys, don't go off of me. Everybody has a budget, but I'm a turkey head. So I love Wild Turkey and, you know, drink it more than anything. So yeah. Cheech Artolino's in the house. What? Yep. K-Luke gone already, says Raging Irishman. Oh, it was actually gone today. Got it. Got it. Sold out in an hour. What's in the tulip, Jason C? I'm late. Oh, this is an 80 proof 1967 Waterford sample I got from Mr. Dusty Dan himself. So gonna try that a little bit. I'm Whiskey Pour, so let's see if I have any luck. Okay, good luck, man. Anyone able to track names for me? Just let me know in the chat. I appreciate it. Eric Sawyer, Whiskey People Cheers. That's the Eric Sawyer. That is the Blendageddon champion. By the way, speaking of Blendageddon, I will be releasing the rules soon. Probably as soon as I get back in July from my work trip. I'll be gone for a week. So right when I get back from that in late July, I will drop the rules for Blendageddon. It's going to be a little different this year. It's going to give folks a little bit more of a chance to replicate the blend. I'm not saying they'll be able to exactly, but it'll give them more of a chance to replicate the blends that come in. So, so I have some ideas for that. I think the Frankenstein blends we're going to keep because I think a lot of people had fun with that. But the American whiskey blends, I think, is going to be a little bit more strict, but it's going to allow people to get a little bit more creative. So I'm really liking where it's going. So so we'll get to that, you know, sooner than later. Let's see here. ABC in Florida has Sapple for 54. Oh, 50, well, yeah, ABC. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I saw Sapple at, man, the last time I was at a Total Wine and they had it for 50. I grabbed a couple. But yeah, I mean, normally when I see it, it's like 75 or over. Drinking Maker's Cast Strength. Greg C says Bourbon Junkies last night, Mash and Drum tonight. Love it. Yeah, it's just a full week of fun whiskey content. Found North actually has some new stuff coming out too. So I think they're launching their next 2 new batches soon. They actually might be on the channel soon. Look out for that. Sapple is everywhere here for 50. All right. Well, whoever asked about the Sapple for $100, I think it was Mike or something like that. You should ask Nathan if he could help you out, man. Oh, the Found North just launched today. Yep. All right, let's try this, guys. Let me know what you're drinking in the chat. I know some of you have already dove into the some Heaven Hill stuff, and we'll get into that. But as I sip this, Big Vic says rigged. I could have sworn I saw you upload a new What's on the Shelf Wednesday today, or was I dreaming? I was going to, but I just got too busy with work. I've been sitting on the episode for the new Maker's Mark Cast Strength bottle for What's on the Shelf Wednesday. I mean, maybe I'll just launch it tomorrow. Who cares if it's not Wednesday? I'm going to just try to get it out there. Let's see here. Rare Breed here. Awesome. Rare Breed. Let's see. Elijah Craig Single Barrel. Mountain Man Steel. What's up? What's up? I'm sipping Baker 7 for the first time. What's your opinion of Baker's? I've always thought that Baker's is one of the most highly underrated bottles on the market. Nobody really pays attention to it, and I don't care because it's a really good 8 to 9 year old product. I mean, it's $60. It's 107 proof. I think it's a really great bourbon, but people overlook it. Oh man, what's that flavor I'm getting? It's tough because it's only 80 proof, so the flavor just it just comes and goes real quick. Baker 7 is phenomenal. Is there still a non-bourbon category? 26 grand to make blended Scott, so we need to everyone comes out. Yeah, Donner, that would be perfect for the Frankenstein blend. You can use whatever you want in that. Fifth quarter tailgate. What's up? How you doing, man? Let's see here. Let's see. Anybody able to track? I'm just before more come in. Anybody able to track super chats for me tonight? Just need you guys to take some names down. All right. Baker 7 versus KC double base. That's a good idea, Lionel. You know what? I'll do that Friday. See how that turns out. It'll be like the $40 bottle versus the $60 bottle. Let's see what wins out. Some of those older Bakers can be bitter, too much oak. Yeah, some of them can, which is surprising, figuring that it's only 8 to 9 years old. But some of them can be, for sure. Is there any blend suggestions to neutralize Garrison Brothers? Probably not. Yeah, it's called 151. It's called the Rum 151. Grab that. Okay. Let's see. Jason, I found Howard's cast strength this week for 70. Not much talk about it. Have you had it yet? High West cast strength. Tastes almost like a Midwinter's Nice Trim on the finish. I don't think I've had a cast strength or seen a cast strength yet. That's probably why there hasn't been much talk about it. I haven't seen that bottle. James LeBron Lay said, I'll track if needed. Just give me a second to get a pad. Oh, I appreciate you, James. Thanks, man. Yeah, James, just write down the names and give each name a number, and then at the end we'll pick a number and go from there. He might mean a High West pick. A High West pick. That makes sense. Yeah, it's probably a pick. Baker's has absolutely no finish at all. Yeah, I mean, some of them do, some of them don't. I mean, you got to remember, Baker's are single barrels, so they're going to have just as much differentiation as other single barrel products, maybe even more so. I feel like Baker's and Henry McKenna kind of fall in that same category where you're either going to get a really good single barrel or you're going to get kind of a not so great one. No blue wrenches in here for tracking. Yeah, where are the wrenches at tonight? Where are the wrenches at? I don't know where the wrenches are at tonight. Let's see here. Did you ever see that text from the Turks about the Southern Collective half bottle? Adam Shelton. Yes, I think they were going to share that bottle out, I believe. Fifth quarter tailgate says wrench me, Jason. All right, I'll wrench you if you want to do it. Let's see. Add as moderator. Okay. And I'll make one more moderator, which is Mr. Blend Again and Champion himself. All right, I got mods. All right, guys. So before we get into the blind tasting here with all the Heaven Hill bottles, again, if you guys are just joining tonight, we are giving away this Larceny Barrel Proof B523. This is the one that everyone's pretty much loving. I'm loving it. It's, McDonald's. I'm loving it. Love this bottle. I think it's, going to do really well in the blinds at the end of the year. We'll see what happens. But, really dig it. And I know a lot of people are trying to get one, but all the fanfare around it is making it harder to get. So I have an extra bottle. I'm going to give it away tonight. So any super chat will get you in the running. We have some people tracking names now. So there we go. Let's see here. Steve slacking. What happened? No, we're good, man. All right. What was let's see here. Should I have this one too? I'll wait on that sample. Let's get into some of the news stories here, guys. And that gets into, there's not many new bottles to talk about right now. It's actually kind of slow, I would say, when it comes to there's a lot of whiskey releases, I'm sure, that are coming out from, smaller distillers, but not many that are coming out from the, from the big guys. So there's not much to talk about on the whiskey front. However, one thing that we've been hearing about is this. Wrong one. Is this selection from Four Roses, which I absolutely love. This. If nobody has seen this yet before, Four Roses is celebrating its 135th anniversary with this tasting kit. So all the Four Roses mega fans, they've been kind of dreaming of this for years. So this tasting kit will offer Four Roses fans a guided tasting opportunity showcasing all 10 signature recipes with master distiller Brent Elliott via a QR code on the box. So you get 10 50 milliliter bottles, each containing a different recipe. Participants can experience the distinctive qualities that set each liquid apart. Each sample bottler contains 52% ABV. So all the samples are 104 proof. The tasting kit will be available for purchase starting June 30th at Four Roses Visitor Center in Lawrenceburg and Cox's Creek in Kentucky. It is set to sell for a suggested retail price of $130 and will roll out to specialized retailers in Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, and California starting in mid-July. So, I mean, this is I love this idea so much. It's one of those things where people that love Four Roses, they try to hunt each and every recipe. This will be a great opportunity for them to try every recipe and see the differences. We did that blind tasting, months ago here on the channel. Obviously there were different proofs, different ages. These are all the same proof, which actually might be a little bit of a more, might be a little bit better of a way to kind of tell the nuances because everything is the same proof. So you can kind of tell the differences between all the different yeast recipes, the high rye versus low rye, the 5 different yeast strains, and see how that all interplays together. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I don't know if I'll be able to get one, but anybody who does, I think it's a great idea. Love Heaven Hill Juice, says Virgil Kane. Yeah, me too, man. What's a great holiday gift? Well, that one for sure. Sign me up for that tasting pack. So great. I'm in Georgia. Wonder what's considered a specialty. Are there any specialty chains in Georgia, Adam? Is there any specialty stores in Georgia, kind of like a Binny's or a Total Wine or anything like that? I would probably think of those first before anyone else. No, Steve A. Any entry will get you into the Larceny Barrel Proof giveaway. So any entry. $130 for not a full bottle? No. Yeah, but in most cases, one bottle is $110. And now you get to try all 10 recipes for $130, which I think is a good idea. I love Larceny Barrel Proofs. Happy to hang out tonight. Andrew Patrick, welcome in, man. Let's see if my luck continues, says JG. We have 2 Total Wines that sell liquor. We'll definitely hit those up. Yeah, I would definitely ask him about it, man, for sure. Okay. Next story up is this bottle right here, Heaven's Door. Heaven's Door, I think, is quietly becoming a serious whiskey producer. I feel like it's one of those brands that not a lot of people talk about. They associate it with, Bob Dylan. But honestly, guys, Bob Dylan doesn't really have a lot to do with it. He's obviously doing the artwork, but these guys have an absolute library of barrels that they source from all different places, and they're putting out some pretty good stuff. This next one is a 10-year-old. It's part of their decade series. This is a 10-year-old rye whiskey. This is a 95.5 rye, so you're looking most likely at MGP. The spirit is proof to 100. Bottles will be available for purchase for a suggested retail price of $100 through the brand's website and select retailers in the U.S. The Decade Straight Rye Series is a testament to our unwavering commitment to the art of craft whiskey. We work with dozens of carefully selected 10-year age whiskeys so this is a blend, guys. This is not a single barrel. This is a blend of 95.5 ryes. So this was blended by Alex Moore, master blender at Heaven's Door Spirits, stated in the release. Let's see. The brand describes its rye whiskey as hosting bold, spiced flavors with balanced and delicate vanilla notes from the barrel aging. Okay, so I don't know, guys. You guys let me know in the chat. You guys feeling this one? You like Heaven's Door? the one thing I think Heaven's Door has going against it is they're kind of all over the place. They have their core lineup, but they constantly are releasing single barrels. They're releasing these 10-year decade series. They have another series coming out. They have the bootlegger thing that's like $500. You just never know where they're going to go. And I feel like they're lacking continuity for me for people to like hold on to it. Like I feel like Bob Dylan's name on the bottle or Heaven's Door just kind of isn't enough. I don't know what it is about Heaven's Door, but something needs to bring all those various bottles and releases that they put out, bring it together somehow. It's very all over the place, it feels like to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I kind of crazy for saying all that? I really do feel like that's the case. As a fellow turkey head, wish they would sold Sapple here. Yeah, for sure. In honor of my late father-in-law, Paul Loomis, who passed this morning, Vietnam vet, good man, rest easy, Adam Shelton. Come on, guys, wherever you are, raise a glass to Mr. Paul Loomis, Vietnam vet. Thank you for your service. Hope you rest in peace. Good man. Good sir. Thanks for all that you did for our country, and thanks for what it sounds like being just a great father and great father-in-law. Adam's a good dude, so you must have been pretty awesome yourself. Cheers, guys. All right. Thanks for that, Adam. Thanks for letting us know about that, so everybody can raise a glass to him. Appreciate that. I think Steve A is tracking. All right, Steve A is tracking. Whoever's tracking, I appreciate it. BT, he's crossing his fingers. He wants the Larceny Barrel Proof as well. Mr. Buffalo Trace. Bob Dylan says, no thanks. Saucy Shane says, very true, Jason. It's overpriced as are most celebrity whiskeys. Yo, crazy. Jay-Z. Nope, Heaven's Door is hard to follow. Throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks. That's actually the perfect description, I think. Heaven's Door just puts out stuff, sees what sticks. And, I think if they had just had like a higher proof, like really good core range bottle, it might do a little better. Love the channel and your insights. Says cheers. To Canales, thanks you so much, man. Appreciate the super chat, I should say. Let's see here. AJM and Biker says, cheers, Jason. I'm enjoying a Wyoming single barrel. And dude, Wyoming makes great whiskey. That's another great whiskey maker under the radar for sure. All right, let's get to the next story here, which is this one. I kind of flashed this on the screen quickly here by accident. And if you guys have not been paying attention to this brand quite yet, you better start. This is a brand called Lost Lantern. They are an independent bottler. So think of them, kind of like a natural barrel company where they're sourcing some different things and putting them and either blending them or selling them as single barrels. However, Lost Lantern kind of curates them in a little bit of a different way. So this is called the Summer of Bourbon series. So independent bottler Lost Lantern will launch 8 bourbons from 7 different distilleries. So on Wednesday, which happens to be National Bourbon Day, Lost Lantern, the Vermont-based independent bottler of American whiskeys, announced the upcoming releases of 8 bourbons, which will debut over the summertime. That's right, summertime. Lost Lantern has declared summer 2023 to be the summer of bourbon, not the summer of George, the summer of bourbon. That's for all you Seinfeld fans out there. So this will be 8 bourbons from 3 Lost Lantern collections. 6 will be from the single cask series, while one each will be added to the blend series and single distillery series. So the blend series is Lost Lantern Far Flung Bourbon. This is a blend of bourbons from Fry Ranch, Boulder Spirits, Watershed in Ohio, and Still Austin in Texas. Then you have the single distillery series called the Soaring Spice. That's just from Fry Ranch. That's 127.6 proof. Then you have the single cask series. You have another Fry Ranch. You have a Boulder Spirits. You have an Iron Root Republic single barrel in there. You have a Still Austin single barrel in there. You have Tom's Foolery from here in Ohio. You have and also a New Riff single cask. So some pretty cool single barrels in there. Lost Lantern is very selective in what they choose, and they've been doing some really cool stuff with American single malts when they first started, taking some different American single malts, blending them, bottling them, and I think they do a great job with sourcing some whiskeys. Ben Crispin says, love the channel. Thanks so much, Ben. Appreciate it. Such a cool idea, says one wine guy. Sounds interesting, but the prices have me a bit wary. Well, again, yeah, I do wish there was more Corbin Cash in there, Paul. Now that I've had Corbin Cash, yes, I agree with you. I mean, pricing is the thing that I think, a lot of people are still having issues with, and I get it. But we're just, I mean, guys, there's no way around it. We're at a point in time where sourced bourbons that go in a single cask and people are trying to build a brand off of it, they're going to be pricey. I mean, it costs a lot just to get a barrel, just to find barrels. It costs a lot. The bottling, the labeling. Then on top of that, you have to make a margin on it. So it has to go up to a certain point. There's a lot of factors that drive up pricing. And with as many source products as there are now, it's just going to happen. It's just, you can't, the sourcers and the smaller brands and the non-distilling producers, they cannot sell whiskeys at the prices that the big distillers can, just because they don't have the volume. And that's just the way it works. But for the whiskey curious people out there that want to try new distillers and new brands, yeah, I mean, you could try to track down something directly from the distiller, or you could try a curated single cask from an independent bottler. It's up to you. I think the variety of pricing and stuff out there today is insane. It's just a matter of how curious you are and how much you want to spend on that curiosity. That's really what drives it. It's just so Big Vic can't win. That's awesome, man. Jerry Black, cheers, Jason. Enjoying a pour Westward single malt finish in Pinot Noir. Oh, damn, that sounds good. Like that. Sandeep Chimas here. Yes, you are late, Sandeep. Where were you? Lost Lantern is essentially taking the idea of what Scottish independence and doing with bourbon, better transparency. Yeah, essentially, yes. Yeah, so like if you think of it like a Gordon and MacPhail type independent bottler in Scotland, but yes, Lost Lantern tells you everything that's in it. And that's the other thing that I really like about Lost Lantern, which is a great point, Sugar Kitty, that Lost Lantern is, there's a lot of independent bottlers that won't tell you what's in the bottle. Lost Lantern tells you exactly what's in the bottle, up to the proof, to the grain mash bill, the distillery, the age, everything. That's all you can ask for. If you're going to spend the money on something, I'd rather know exactly where my whiskey's coming from. Does Lost Lantern have a specific quality they look for? How would it differ from a single barrel from somewhere else? I don't know that answer, Adam. I'm sure they're looking for the best representation of what choices they have. So far, anything that I've had from Lost Lantern have all been delicious. But again, when you're talking about craft whiskeys from Texas, whiskeys from certain areas, it's really going to depend on your palate and if you like those whiskeys. But I will say that anything I've had from Lost Lantern, they've been able to pick really good representations of what's out there. Whether it's a Texas whiskey, whether it's California, whether it's New York, whatever it may be. Brent Elliott says those 4 rows of samples are all 8 to 10 years old. I'm in. Oh, yeah, like that. Bourbon Bill in the house. He's talking to BT. He's talking to Buffalo Trace. Shauna Marie D's here. You just popped Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well. Damn, Scott. Everyone's been asking me, did I like the Jacob's Well over the new Claremont? And I still think I do like it a little bit over the Claremont. The Claremont's really good, though. It's got that sneaky blackberry jam flavor that's so delicious that just really sets it apart. And as I said in my review, it reminds me of some of the ones that were some of those old 15-year single casks that were released like several years ago for like $40-50. All you super chatters are also in the running for ECVP. Yep, that's right. Yes, I am in. Of course, I am in, says William Hall. Jealous of those that got their K-Luke today. I see one behind you, Jason. Super chat for all you do. And a second attempt at winning and getting a bottle to actually show up. All right, Eddie D. I got you, man. This is the K-Luke batch 4. This is definitely in my running of one of my top whiskeys this year so far. I love it. All right, let's go to I don't think we have too many more stories after that. I think that's it. I didn't come across any new labels. So that means it's time for a little Heaven Hill tasting action. So if any of you guys have not, or if any of you guys missed the wild turkey one we did a couple months ago, basically this is how it works. I have a bunch of Heaven Hill bottles, 23 different bottles underneath the Heaven Hill umbrella that are set up in a blind tasting. Every single bottle has been given a random number, and every single one of those numbers will be in a tasting at some point. Tonight we have 4, 6. Oh, there's 10 here. So 10 of the 23 bottles that are going to be in this ranking are in tonight. Basically, what I do is I taste them blind. I give them a rank based on what I tasted. Now, here is the ranking sheet. Heaven Hill Distillery tier ranking. Oh, we shouldn't have the turkeys on them. Actually, let me do this one. Yeah, there we go. I'll show you this one. These are all the bottles here, and this is what's in the lineup. Now, this is basically all the Heaven Hill bottles I have. This is not the finished ranking. I just put the bottles in there to spread them out. So it'll be 1 halo, 2 halos, 3 halos, 4 halos, or 5 halos. Now, how we judge this is how they come out in my ranking. So when I taste it blind, I will give it a score of 1 through 5 halos. And then once the bottle is revealed, it could move up to a lower halo. I'm sorry, it could move up to a higher halo, or could move down to a lower tier based on value and price. And that's where you guys, the chat, gets involved. So these are all the bottles here. Now, I understand that, old fits. I have a few old fitzes. One was chosen at random. I have only 2 Parker's Heritages. One of them was chosen at random. And the rest, are either one-offs or, like I mentioned before, a Logic Quake Barrel Proof and Larceny Barrel Proof. I obviously have a bunch of those. So those are all going to be just whatever random bottle was picked from my shelf. So that's what's all in here tonight. So we're going to taste through all of them. And Mellow Corn for the win. Dave Benson, thank you so much. Jason, a new Green River single barrel is announced. Yes, I did see that. Actually, I spoke about that a couple months ago, I think, or last month. I finally have seen bottles of it, though. So Green River is putting out some single barrel whiskeys. I got to get on that list. So for sure. New to your great channel. Do I hear New York City Queens accent? Let's go Bourbon and let's go Mets. Yeah. I mean, you nailed it, Mike. I am from Queens, from New York. Yep. Damn, I don't know how you, Sounds similar to your wild turkey ranking process. That was a good way of doing it. Yeah, it's pretty much a carbon copy of it, but we'll be able to kind of move these bottles around and see which ones go where. And what I like to do is poll the chat. So this is your guys' chance to be interactive here tonight and let me know if it should move up, it should move down, or if it should stay based on the bottle. But first, before we get there, I got to taste them. So, let's get this party started here. Thought you guys would like that. That's right. Heaven isn't too far away because it's right here. Heaven Hill stuff. We'll do these first 5 and we'll go from here. So let me get back to the comments here. Is that Mats misspelled? What? Mats? I don't know what that means. Who are the Mets? Oh, yeah, the Mets. Oh, yeah. I get it, man. Yeah, the Mets are terrible. I'll take the loss. Only a 5th quarter tailgate. Stop talking shit of hockey and sucking up to the loser Packers. Let it go, bro. Oh, okay. Now we're having sports trash talk here. Drummer for Warrant. I couldn't remember his name. Rest in peace, Jenny Lane. Heaven Hill isn't too far away. I love Cherry Pie, one of my favorite songs. Might have to unsubscribe after that little clip. Come on, man. Yeah, it was kind of a 2-10-90 flashback. Okay. Let's go through these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Let's go into the first tasting here. Mike Daly, Astoria, Bayside. Tom Hopper says, oh, I love ranking night. Yeah, we're about to get into this. 365 people in the chat right now. Guys, please like the video while you're here. Really appreciate it. Really helps the channel. Yeah, let's get into some a little bit of 80s jams here. And Astoria Queens, Max Asher, nice. Okay. Die hard Braves fan, so glad to see Alonso back and okay. Yeah, I mean he's okay, but yeah, look at the color disparity. That's a really good call out, Kenneth. Look at this, like that has to be mellow corn. I'm just saying, maybe it is. Thanks, Larry 3R. All right, first one here, guys. Here we go. And again, once we reveal these, we will get these into the tiers and locked in with you guys. Let me see if I can get this that one going here. Okay, perfect. Buffalo Trace is in for the bottle giveaway. All right, Buffalo Trace, nice to see you, man. How about some Rush background music? Bob Glass, I would love to play Rush, but I will literally get demonetized. I gotta say, the first one's pretty damn delicious. This one has some oak to it. It's got some spice, got some proof. I'm not going to try to guess proof, guys, and do all that shit. Like I said, I'm over it after Matt Madness. Let me do this so I can get the the tier system up and running here. Okay, perfect. All right, we're good to go. All right, let's go back to this one here, guys. H817 for the #1 sip. I have a feeling H817 will make it to the top tier. And again, as I always like to do, guys, if you have any questions or any questions you want to ask me about any new brands or opinions on anything whiskey related, sports related, whatever, this is your time to feel free to ask me anything, guys. Who said she's my cherry pie earlier? Because that's what I'm kind of getting here. A little bit of cherry, good spice. This one's butter. Which one is this? This is delicious. I'll give that. Dude, that might get 4 halos from me. Oh, sports relay. How about them Braves? Yeah, congrats. The division is yours, guys. The Mets can only hope to maybe make the wild card. You know, my only hope for the Mets is they reverse what they normally do. Usually, the Mets play amazing in the first half of the year. Then they completely just take a crap the second half of the year after the All-Star break. Maybe they're just going to play like crap in the beginning, and then post All-Star break, they'll put it together and then make a run for the wild card. That's the only thing I could. The division's gone, so the Braves are absolutely running away with the division. And for those in Ohio, how about Cincinnati? Cincinnati is playing really well right now. This is really good. I don't know if I'd give it a 4. Maybe I will. I think I'm going to give it 4 halos. 4 halos for that one. That one's really good. Yeah, that first one breaks down as a lot of spice, a little bit of heat, a little bit of cherry, that Heaven Hill, kind of like a pecan note that's there. There's like a slight molasses to it. I feel like there's some age to it too. I mean, maybe that's one of the Elijah Craigs or something. I have no idea, but it's really good. Yeah, Adam McIntyre. Ellie is an absolute stud. Guy's amazing. All right, let's go to the second one here. Jason W says that Where's Jimmy's pick is so good, dude. The Where's Jimmy's pick is ridiculous. I'm glad everyone's enjoying it. All right, so this glass, I'm not getting much of a nose here, especially coming off the first one. It's a little lighter, but definitely tastes good, or smells good, I should say. Peter Weiss says, try living in the American League East. I mean, yeah, even the Yankees are having a horrible year. My mom is like beside herself. My mother is a diehard Yankees fan, and she can't even watch them right now. The fact that they got swept by the Red Sox, I had to like talk her off the ledge. It was bad. That one's not great. Very flat coming off the first one. Let me try this one more time here. Yeah, there's like nothing to this one. I think this is a really low proof. I'd be surprised if that's more than 80-something proof. Really light. It's got some decent flavor to it, but no finish, really nothing. Just a solid bourbon. I feel like Heaven Hill has a lot of those under the umbrella. You know, if you're, you know, I would venture that maybe this is one of the Evan Williams's. Williams's. I don't know. One more sip of that one, and then I'll give it a score here. It does have good color. You know what? That sip, it's actually not too bad. There's not a lot going on, but it's just a good, solid bourbon. I would probably put that in like a mixer category or like an easy summer sipper. I'll probably give that 2 halos. That's going to go 2 halos, I think. All right. Number 3. All right. So somebody I saw asked Falcons wins for the year. There's no way to tell. It's an entirely new team, entirely new defense. They have all these ridiculous offensive weapons. Can Desmond Ridder, is he good enough to utilize all of them? Will they just have him lean on the running game? The Falcons have 2 great running backs in Algiers and now Robinson. You know, you throw Kyle Pitts in there. You have, oh my God, I mean, the offense is just going to be insane, but it really depends on how Desmond Ridder runs it. And as far as the defense, the Falcons haven't had a decent pass rusher for a long time. Not since Vic Beasley Jr. And he was good for like 1 year. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually have a good pass rush this year. I think it's not their year this year. If they rattle off 8 to 9 wins, I'll be happy because that just means they're on the right trajectory. So we'll see what happens. William Wiley, their O-line is not trash. Their O-line, they made some pretty smart upgrades this year. We'll see if it translates to the field. And as always with the Falcons, they need to stay healthy. They have big injuries every year, which is completely dismantles. It's usually on the O-line, which is why our O-line does suck, because the guys just can't stay healthy. Wow, this one's even lighter than that one. I actually like the second one better than that. Man, this one's even lighter than the second one. Which one is this one then? So this one brings more of that Heaven Hill like nuttiness profile forward, but it's very vanilla forward too. Easy sipper, vanilla caramel, nothing crazy, even keeled. I might have to go back and give 2 another. Compared to that one, I might have given 2 a little bit too low. Yeah, I gave 2, I think, too low of a score. 2 is a lot better. I think because I was coming off the beast that was 1, I'm going to give 2 3 halos, and I'm going to give 3 2 halos. I think that's what's proper. It really is. When you come off one or the other, it really does affect it. Falcons are plus 7,000 to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, maybe 17. I think maybe 1783 could be number 2 here, but we'll see. Jason at the Mashanddrum, what's your favorite song to cover on the drums? Probably. So Freaking good question, man. Oh my god, I have no idea. I play so many songs. I don't know. I think it depends on the mood I'm in. Obviously, if I want to really do a challenge, I'll try to play either Rush, Tom Sawyer, or La Via Stringato. Which La Via Stringato, I can't even like get through the whole thing without like I'm like, it takes everything you have to get through it. Tom Sawyer is really fun to play. Anything Dream Theater, I could kind of get into if I want, but that's also really tough to play. But playing like Even Flow from Pearl Jam, which if you listen to a lot of the live versions, all their different drummers play it like a different way, and I think that's really fun to play and listen to. There's a lot of like different things you can put in between the beats. I love playing The Police. Stuart Copeland's one of my favorite drummers of all time, so he does a lot of fun stuff with the hi-hat and stuff that's offbeat that I like to kind of listen to and play. I mean, the list goes on, man. There's too many. All right, this is the super light one. Let's see what this is, guys. Inagata Davida. Oh, you know what's a fun song to play? Black Betty. Well, Black Betty, Ramble-Lam. That song is a lot of fun to play on drums. Hey, what's up, Zach H? Nice to see you, man. Thanks for chiming in here. Again, if anybody has missed it, yeah, Rush had a hard time playing La Via Stringato. Yeah, it's. I have to stop playing La Via Stringato sometime just to like get my bearings back because it's so hard to play. That's why they had to record it in parts because it was too much to go through in one sitting. Again, guys, any super chat tonight will get you in the running to win this bottle of Larceny Barrel Proof B5 23. So, good luck. Moby. I love playing Moby. Love Moby. I don't even remember Moby's music. It's a bunch of electronic garbage. Yeah, I think this is... If this isn't mellow corn, I'd be really surprised. It's very corn forward, and it smells very young. Let's give it a try here. Oh yeah, that's definitely mellow corn. I'm just gonna give that 2 halos. I mean, it's a good value. Some people really love it. I'll let you guys decide where it should be. I'm not even gonna like mess with that one. All right, let's go with the last one here. Well, this one smells nice. This one has some depth to it. Oh yes, and an ECBP B523 we are also giving away from Mr. Tony Bag of Donuts. So, two great bottles. Well, one great bottle, one bottle. All the halos for mellow corn, says Patrick Q. I don't know about that. Okay. Again, this is one of those just easy sipper. I mean, I might put this in the category of number 2. That's the interesting thing with these Heaven Hill brands because there's so many under the umbrella. It's going to be interesting to see what's what and where they fall depending on what they cost because, you know, you have like Larceny, Elijah Craig, and, you know, some other brands are in like that 90 proof range. You have the lower proof ones with like the Evan Williams, but you also have 1783 now. You have the Bottle and Bond. I don't know. This one probably is the most citrus forward. I mean, could that be a rye? I don't think that's... It could be a rye. It's got a lot of like orange cream to it. Fred is currently saying F your halos. Brandon Lincoln in the house says, I'm a big Heaven Hill fan and a big channel fan. Cheers, Jason. Thank you so much, Brandon. Thanks for chiming in tonight. Oysterhead is Stuart Copeland, Les Claypool, and Trey. Yeah, Oysterhead's awesome. I like their stuff. It's a little bit more experimental, so I like listening to them too. Congrats on a good run. The Master Drum, thoughts on El Estepario Siberiano? Dusty Dan, he's ridiculous. He's amazing. I actually watch him and like do lessons with him because he's ridiculous. Love Heaven Hill, maybe my fave distillery, says Wigmaster. This one's pretty good. I don't know where I'd put this though. This is like borderline 2 or 3 halos. There's just not enough of a finish and depth to it. I'm going to go 2 halos on number 5 here. All right, so we have our first 5 ranked. Let me put these in order right over here. I don't want to lose the order of it. Jason W says, congrats on a good run here in Map Madness. Thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure to be a part and to go that far in Map Madness this year. Especially considering I did so terrible the 2 previous years. But I just think being locked in and getting out of the whiskey room and being able to just focus on what's in front of me, I think really helped. Plus, I think I was really good with proof this year, which I think helped a lot. And just hoping my palate can continue it, as we go into next year's competition. And since I made the finals, I should be able to, I should be a little bit further on in the bracket, hopefully, for next year. So we'll see what happens. I think, everyone's been asking me, what was the hardest thing about that last flight? In all my training, and I said it before, in all my training this year before the finals, the one thing I never did was put like a bunch of really high age stuff in a blind. And that's basically what Matt sent. And they were all different proof points. And as I was tasting them, I was honestly drawing a blank at what, like, I felt like I knew the bottles or I knew what they could be, but like, I just seriously like drew a blank on trying to remember what the bottles could be based on what I thought the proof points were. And that's where my mind just like went blank. I could not think of the damn bottles. And that's essentially what lost. On the nose, Dan and I tied. We had like 26 points after the nosing rounds, both of us. So nosing it, we were spot on. Where Dan was a lot better than I was being able to think of the bottles that they were. I could not think of them. So I think that's what happened. And also trying all those different high age whiskeys in a row, it was weird on my palate. I hadn't done that in a long time, and I don't know about you guys, but I generally don't sit around and drink a lot of high age bourbons all the time. I'm normally drinking lower age or mid age stuff just to kind of sip on them. Maybe 6 to 9 years old, maybe 10, but getting into like 18 and 15, 17 and some of those other ages, I don't really sit around and drink those that often. So I just could not put what was in the glass to a bottle in my head. But I think the training leading up definitely helped. When I got into the nosing round, Dan and I both killed the nosing round, but I think Dan was just able to identify the bottles better than I did. I think that's what happened. So Dan kept saying he was lost, but he was not lost. So yep. Let's see here. Yeah, the Master Drum, don't go through a lot of 15 plus bourbon. Scotch is a different story. Yeah, Scotch was a little bit easier with that, but let's see here. Go give the like button a wedgie. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Please give the button a like. All right, we got 5 more we're gonna go through here, and we'll give them some rankings. Let's see what we got here, guys. Another Heaven Hill. Again, if you guys are following along, these are all the Heaven Hill bottles that are in the blind. We're not doing all of these tonight, but these are pretty much most of them. Or 10 of these bottles are in the blind tonight. That's how I should be saying it. As you can see, we have the little Elijah Craig grenade bottle down on the left. Regular Elijah Craig, Mellow Corn, Evan Williams, Bernheim, the regular and the barrel proof are in this somewhere. Heaven Hill, Bottled and Bond, McKenna, 1783, on Old Fitz, Evan Williams, 12. All the things, all the brands that I currently own here from Heaven Hill are interspersed in this blind tasting. So yeah. So before we start the next 5, we'll get you know, we'll get everybody ready. We're in heaven. Okay, here we go. Yeah, as you can tell, I plan those. I love doing those little clips. Let's sneak some Pikesville in the blind. I mean, Pikesville's in here somewhere. I don't know if it's in tonight's blind, but we'll find out. This one actually smells really good. These all seem a lot darker than the last blind, if you guys are noticing. If you're following along, this seems to have more deeper, richer color. Maybe we have a little bit of older stuff in here. Outside the stars, so stop. Oh, that's good. That's really good. This is butterscotch, baby. Amy Bohm in the house. What's going on, legend? Great job on Matt Manis. Fingers crossed for you versus Cam in the finals for next year. Cheers, all. That'd be cool to go against Cam. BS, Jason, you drink Pappy 20 every day and also use it as mouthwash. No, everybody knows I use Blanton's as mouthwash. Damn, this one's pretty good. This one has some pretty good depth to it. That was the other thing I noticed about Matt Manis, the finals. I felt like most of the songs were about Dan, so I felt like it was Dan's night to take the title. Let's see here. Bourbon for Bacon's in the house. Let's see here. Falcons win the South. You really think so, Tyler? I don't know, man. The Saints are kind of, man, that's pretty good. I'm going to give that a solid 3. Only that first one gave me 4 vibes. Everything is kind of teetering on between 2 and 3 here. All right, let's go to the second one here, or number 6. Black Bourbon family in the house. What's going on, Jason and Brandy? Nice to see you guys. James says, I want whatever Tyler is on. Bob Glass says, can I get Mellow Corn as a runner-up? We'll see. We'll see where you guys place Mellow Corn. We'll see how it goes. Saints win the South, not even close. Yeah, a lot of people are picking the Saints. This one is okay. It's light. Oh. That's a rye. That's one of the ryes. This is because you said you use Blanton's as mouthwash. Yeah, David's F Yo Train song is an absolute dude. David's musicality this year, what he created was unbelievable. I'm gonna write rye down here because I think this is a rye, but we'll find out. James says Falcons are going to be last. Yeah, James, I can't get on that train. I don't think the Bucks are going to be better than the Falcons. No way. This is a nice rye. This is rich. It's caramel. It's sweet. It's got a good proof point to it. That's good. The more I sip it, it gets better. That might be a 4 Halo. That might be the second 4 Halo I got here. You have Pikesville, Elijah Craig, and there's also Rittenhouse Rye that's in here. And I feel like there's another rye in here. Elijah Craig Rye, Pikesville Rye, Rittenhouse Rye. Actually, yeah, that's the only rye. Those are the only 3 ryes that are in here. That's crazy. Why did I think Heaven Hill had way more ryes than that? I know they do some Parker Heritage Rye releases. But yeah, that's interesting. I'm telling you, they need to bring this one out. Guys, this is a fake bottle. You know I like to make these fake bottles, but an Elijah Craig barrel proof rye, I think would look just like this, and it would be amazing. Right? Everybody wants the Elijah Craig barrel proof rye. I should have played the music that leads up to it, like bottles that bourbon that we wish existed. That's one of them. Elijah Craig barrel proof rye. I kind of photoshopped that bottle so people could see what it could look like. I would be all over that bottle if that thing came out. Yeah, Parker's Heritage this year is basically Elijah Craig barrel proof rye. It's basically what it is. All right, so yeah, I really like that one. All right, let's go to number 8 here. P. Bauer says, "Give me that shit." I would hunt those BP ryes down across the lower 48. Yes, barrel proof rye would be amazing. All right, this one smells really good, actually. Jason, they're not in your blind, but what are your thoughts on the H8 Select Stock Series? Says Brian Nettleton. That's a good question. For the most part, the ones I've had have been really good, really solid. Some are better than others. I just think it depends. The ones that I've had more of that I'm a big fan of are the William Heaven Hill releases. The last one I got was like that 16-year-old one that came out a few years ago. That was the last one I had, but I know the Bottled and Bond one was really good that released. I think they had like a 13 or 14 year that came out that was amazing. The William Heaven Hills I tend to like over the Heaven Hill Select stocks. But again, I haven't had enough Heaven Hill Select stocks to really make a good judgment on that. We need to pick days the M&J Army floods the distillery with emails or mail asking for these bottles. That one smelled better than it tasted. But I'm also coming off the rye, so which I think is a rye. Oh no, that's pretty good. Ooh. This one's giving me like, oh man, this has like a little bit of a blackberry cinnamon toast crunchy thing going on here. That one's really good. What the hell is that one? Oh, that's good. It's very fruit forward. Good spice, good proof point to it. I don't know if I would put this. I don't know if I'd give this a 4, but this is definitely getting a 3 at least. Depending on what it is, it could move up. It's really good. You know what? That might get a 4. That's good. I'm giving it 4. Man, 3-4 Halo whiskey so far in this. Man, that thing has a finish that keeps going. That'd be my favorite. That might be my favorite of the night so far. Whatever this one is, number 8. I'm gonna put a little star against that one. See which one that one is. You think it's McKenna? I think it's too high of a proof to be McKenna. I think it's too high of a proof to be McKenna. I mean, I think it could be one of the barrel proofs. It could be. Because it's giving me this long, drawn-out finish. Just not sure where that could go. Good night, Emily. Nice to see you as always. Oh, yeah, it could be the grenade. I forgot about the grenade. It could be the grenade. Now, the grenade, those little tiny grenade where is it? If any of you have not seen these little grenade bottles, here they are from Elijah Craig. These are said to be about 8 years old. About 8 years old. Now, at the distillery, these are generally, I think, like, what, 30 or 40 bucks, guys? I mean, you could correct me if you got a different price, but I know people in Kentucky, like stores that get these and charge $100, $150 for this stuff, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, this is basically 125 proof Heaven Hill, about 8, 9 years old. And sometimes they drink really freaking hot, and sometimes they're really delicious. It depends on which little tiny barrel you get. So we'll see if that's what that one is, because that one's really good. Looks like a Mikey's. Bourbon Brigade, primarily, Chip, is the reason I'm here, bro. Ohio boy here, homegrown. What's up, Brian Blystone? Nice to see you, man. Thanks for joining in. Do you think HH7 is very close to McKenna? I actually think it is. I think it's pretty close. Dan Irving says, cheers, all late this week, but didn't want to miss the Heaven Hill results. We're about to get there, Dan. What time is it? Okay, perfect timing here. Ooh, this one is super fruit forward. This is super different, this one. This is like, almost got like a strawberry note in that one. This is really cool to do also because you could see the range of flavors that Heaven Hill has in their entire lineup. I think it's even more vast than, I would argue it's even more vast than Wild Turkey. You know, we went through 20-something bottles of Wild Turkey, and while a lot of them were pretty different, it was really based on age. You have a lot of bottles here that are within the same proof points that are very different. Man, I wonder if that's like Larceny or one of the Weeders. It is super fruit forward. That is easily the most fruit forward expression that I've had tonight. Most of them have been kind of in that Heaven Hill like peanut or nutty like range, the deep rich caramels, a little bit of molasses. Some I got like that graham cracker cinnamon note on it, which is, you know, then some of the lower tier ones that I think were just like very basic vanilla caramel, but this is the most fruit forward one I've had. I like that one. It's not like a super punchy whiskey. I'll give that 3 halos, I think. But I'm going to put Fruit Bomb in there, and I'm going to write Weeder. And see what, maybe that's a Larceny or not. I don't know. Let's see. Mickey's Grenades. Happy to be here. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Brian. Saucy Shane. Heaven Hill have more mash bills than Turkey, so that gives them more variety too. Yeah, I mean that's very true. I can't wait, guys. So Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, we are heading back to Heaven Hill. Not Heaven Hill. We're heading back to Wild Turkey the first week of August to pick some more Wild Turkey barrels for the group. So I couldn't be more excited for that one. Also, next week. So those of you in Ohio watching, I was invited by Whistle Pig to go help pick some Whistle Pig single barrels for the state next week. So I'm not sure how soon those will be out, but I was invited to go pick some Whistle Pig single barrels for the state of Ohio. That'll be upcoming. OHLQ does a lot of different state picks for the state of Ohio, and Whistle Pig asked me to be there at the next one, which is interesting because I normally don't talk a lot about Whistle Pig. I like Whistle Pig. I generally think their stuff's overpriced. I kind of see what they're doing, though, kind of try to fight against secondary. I'm not sure how true that is or not, but apparently they have some different expressions that they're going to be offering up for the state. So I will be sure to pick the best or help pick the best barrels for everybody. So just wanted to throw that out there. M&D Fantasy Football for Patreon. Falcons will have 27 running backs to draft. Actually, that's a good idea. We should do that. Tyler Von Essen, how do I join the group? There is a link down in the description of the video to join Patreon, and you become a member of the group. Oh yeah, Bernheim. Maybe it is Bernheim. Could be Bernheim being so fruit forward. That's a good call out, Giselles. For sure. Larceny 523, good to see a $65 bottle is on your 23 contender list. Yeah, for sure. You are living the life, brother. Enjoy. We expect a full report. Yeah, I think that I think it. So outside the Star, I heard a lot of it's not Canadian whiskey anymore. At least that's what I was told. So we'll see what is there. We'll figure it out. But I just know that, you know, when I pick barrels, I'm pretty serious about it. And when I pick barrels for the state of Ohio, I'm going to do my darndest to pick the best damn barrels for everybody. So I think they said they're going to have some 15-year barrels in there, possible blend, and some finishes. So we'll see what we got. Maybe I'll do, you know, as soon as I do it next week, the following week when we do the live stream, I'll do a full report on what we picked. So I'll let you guys all know what you can expect. All right, last one here, guys, before we do the reveal. Ooh, this one is weird coming off of that one. Lucas Oppener says your run on Matt Match was magical, even though you didn't win. At least you weren't covered in poison ivy. Poor Dan had a big poison ivy patch on his cheek. Bourbon for Bacon says not a whistle. Oh man, that's good too. It's got a weird aftertaste to it. I'm not sure what that is. Not a Whistle Pig fan. Used to live down the road in Vermont. Cool people, bad, expensive pours. Yeah, I mean, I know they're trying to evolve their product line a little bit. They have their piggyback bourbon and piggyback rye, which are, you know, cheaper variations. So it's a little bit more accessible for folks. But honestly, I think the best product that Whistle Pig makes is their 10-year rye. I mean, I know it's like 10-year Canadian whiskey, but I think for what it is, I think it's a decent value and it's pretty good. I don't mind their 10-year. It's their other stuff that they bring out that has just a ton of, that can get real pricey and can get real, like, you know, I don't know. I think the 10-year is probably the simplest and like best thing they make. H86 was underpriced. You'll be surprised the amount of parties they, okay. This one's okay. I'm gonna give this a 3. I don't think it's anything. I think it's good. I'm not seeing that it's anything. It's got a really nice finish to it, though. Does that go 4? Or does it stay 3? I don't know. I'm getting a weird aftertaste on it. I'm gonna keep it at 3. So, all right. So I have 1 through 5 here. I'm gonna put 6 through 10 here, and we will pull out the reveal. And I'm going to move this aside because I want to get my keyboard out so you guys can, so I can put some polls here in the chat and you guys can vote on what these tiers look like. So what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull up the tiers here. And let's see here. You guys will get to pick and see exactly what goes where. So this is what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen and you guys will get to see this screen right here. And basically what we're going to do, once we reveal the bottles, we'll do some votes and we'll move the bottles exactly to the tiers where we vote them. And we'll kind of keep that as we go along. Okay? So that's what we're going to do next. So first and foremost, let me just stop sharing the screen right now real quick. And then we'll do the reveal first. So let's go through 1 through 5 and figure out what is what here. Let me move this out of the way. All right, perfect. So here is the master list. Let's open it. See what we got here. Oh, perfect. We have the prices next to here too, which will be helpful. Okay. So number 1, which was over here, which was a favorite. I gave this 4 halos. 4 halos. 4 halos on the way to heaven. What is it? This is bourbon number 3, which is, oh shit. The one I liked so much was none other than Henry McKenna. Henry McKenna. This happened to be a really good single barrel right here. For those of you watching, this is my mother's absolute favorite bourbon. She goes through at least a bottle or two, or two of these, like every month. She loves Henry McKenna. So let me ask you guys real quick. Henry McKenna is a $60 product. I gave it 4 halos. Again, you could kind of put availability into the context here. Do you think it should stay at 4 halos, or do you think it should drop to 3, or even go up to 5? Where do you guys think it should go? So what I'm gonna do here, guys, as I told you I would do, I would let me drop in the chat a quick poll, because I want to do this when it's let me see here. Where is the... Oh, here we go. Start a poll. All right, here we go. McKenna. We want to keep it at 4 halos, or go to 3 halos. You guys vote right now. The poll is up in the chat. You guys let me know, and we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'm going to see what the next one is. Eric Sawyer says my wife's favorite is also Henry McKenna. Okay, very cool. Very cool, Eric. Yeah, my mom loves Henry. Anytime she could get a bottle, she does. And it doesn't matter. And she won't open another one unless she has like 4 backups. She's ridiculous. All right, so we'll check out the poll in a little bit. In the meantime, let me see what number 2 was. I gave number 2 3 halos when I kept going back to it. Let's see what that one was. This is number 1, which is, oh shit. Okay. Evan Williams 1783 was in which my second glass, which was selection number 1. Now this is the big dog, but a 750 milliliter bottle is only about $22 for Evan Williams 1783. I gave it 3 halos. Does it stay at 3? I don't think it should go to 4, because I don't think it has the depth to go to 4. But I do like it at 3 because I do think it's a great value. Let me check the poll results for the first one here, and we'll go from there. So you guys are saying after 109 votes, we're going to keep it at 4 halos for Henry McKenna. So that's where it's going to stay. 4 halos goes to Henry McKenna. All right, let's end that poll. Let's start the new one, guys. Here we go. Let's go to the Evan Williams 1783. Stay at 3 halos, or should it go to 4 based on value? Ask your community. Here we go. Note to self: search for Henry McKenna from Mama C. Yeah, Mama C loves her Henry McKenna, guys. All right, the next poll is up there, guys. While you're voting, I'm going to reveal the next one. This one I only gave 2 halos. 2 halos. Well, let me write 1793 here. I'm sorry, 1783. Let's go to the third one. The third one I only gave 2 halos. I thought it was okay. It's pretty light. And this is number 11, which, oh wait. This is, which one is this one? Oh, that was number 1. Sorry, I skipped one here. Oh, wait a second. I totally fucked up, guys. I totally fucked up. Sorry. I moved the other one out of order, and I screwed up. It doesn't matter. We'll still keep the... Man, Evan Williams... Which one was Evan Williams? That was number 1, which was my third pour, and I gave it 2 halos. I screwed up. Sorry, guys. I screwed that one up. Let me end the poll here. Let me actually see where it goes here. You guys are still calling it... Man, 91% of you is saying 1783 should be 3 halos. I mean, I like it. I still like that. I still like that math on it. So I'm going to keep it. All right. So let me go back in order here. So that means my second pour here ended up being number 9, which was really okay. I gave this bottle 3 halos, and it's surprising. It's surprising. 3 halos for, where is it? Elijah Craig Rye. Why was this so good tonight? I don't remember Elijah Craig Rye being that good. But there we are. Really good flavor to it. I know that this is an older, so out of all the ryes that Elijah Craig makes, this is the oldest one. We don't know exactly what the age is of this, but I think it's, from what I've, when I did the interview with Bernie Lubbers, this, I think, is actually the oldest product. And I think that's what kind of came to fruition. Now, this is, when you factor price into it, it says a $32.90. It's a $33 bottle. So I have it at 3, but let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it should be down a peg, or no? I don't. So Terrence, we haven't gotten to Pikesville yet. I don't know if Pikesville's in this blind, but this this actually ended up being, oh shit, Jimmy Copeland with a $50 super chat. Holy crap, man. He says, little help on that K-Luke. If there was a 2 option, I would have voted 2 instead of 3 for the EW. Yeah, but I mean, it was pretty unanimous that everybody wanted to give 3 halos to the 1783. So let me do this here with you guys. I'm going to start a poll. This will be interesting. EC Rye. I'm going to say 3 halos. It's definitely not getting 4. Or do you think, guys, it should go to 2 halos? Remember, it's only $33 for the bottle. Does the value keep its value? Does it keep it at a higher tier, or do you think it's underwhelming and it should drop down to 2 halos? So that's the task you guys have in the chat tonight. When I tasted it, I really liked it. I thought it was actually pretty damn delicious. Yeah, way better than when I remembered. B523 for me, please, says Ernest Peacock. Love it. Good luck, $33 finding that. I'm not going to vote. I haven't had the rye, says Mountain Man Steel. B516, if you know, you know. I know what you're talking about, doing cool stuff. If it's a 3 on taste and only $30, how can it possibly drop? Well, Isaiah, I mean, some people have some other, opinions on it maybe. Let me see what the poll is saying. Right now it's staying heavy at 3 halos. 88 votes are in it. I was gonna put the pirate bottles in here, guys, but that's a 5 easily. I'm not even joking about that. Knob Creek Rye over EC Rye all day. So you guys, 92 votes in, and it's staying at 3 halos for it. Okay. Votes still coming in. All right, I'll keep it 3 halos, guys. EC Rye stays at 3 halos just based on, I think, value. I think value is what's helping that bottle. I think if that bottle was more expensive, that was a $50 bottle, it'd definitely be 2 halos. But I think at $30-something, I think it helps it. So, all right, let's go to number 4. This was the super light one, which I thought was Mellow Corn. And this is number 11, which is Mellow Corn. This is a $20 bottle, guys. Mellow Corn with that old school 1970s design that it has. Is Mellow Corn to you higher than 2 halos? It's a $20 bottle. This will be a fun poll. Mellow Corn. Does it stay at 2? Or do you want it to go up to 3? Personally, guys, I think it stays at 2. It's good. It's solid. It doesn't have a lot of depth at all to it. I think it's decent for the money, but I don't think it deserves a 3 Halo. I think it's fine at 2. But you guys let me know. I don't think it should get more than 2 Halos. We'll say mellow corn there. Don't harsh my mellow corn. It's $16 in Massachusetts. Yeah, I mean it's cheaper in some other places. Maybe if it was a 20-year mellow corn, we'd give it 3. Yeah, everyone's keeping it at 2 Halos. That's fine. We'll keep it at 2. All right. You guys are making good decisions tonight. All right, last one. I also gave 2 Halos. So this one, I wasn't sure what this one was. There just wasn't a ton going on in the palette. It was okay. I gave it 2 Halos. Let's see what it is. Number 5. Oh, that makes sense. This is Evan Williams Black Label. 2 Halos I gave this. $15 for a 750. So does that sway your opinion on it? I still think it belongs at 2 Halos. But fun fact. All right, guys, you ready for this one? This bottle is older. There's older whiskey in here. Pay attention. Pay attention to Jason C. There's older whiskey in this bottle than there is the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond that everybody goes crazy for. The whiskey in this bottle is older than Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. The only thing Evan Williams Bottled and Bond has going for it is the proof. Other than that, this is actually an older bourbon by a good amount of years. You're looking at right about 4 years for Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. This, however, 6 to 8 years. So I don't think Evan Williams is something to shake a stick at. The thing that it is missing, though, is the proof. It's missing the proof. So I'm going to leave this at 2 Halos. I don't think that's really worth the debate. So I'm going to keep that at 2 Halos. That is Evan Williams Black Label. Yeah, well, that's the question. Does it taste better? I know some people that hate Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. Actually, I think Matt from ADHD Whiskey, I don't think he could stand Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. I think he hates it. I know a lot of people that can't stand that bourbon. Jason's president of the Whiskey Secrets Club. Let's blend the Black Label and the BIB tonight. Well, we could try that. All right, guys, we're going to go to the second half here. We're going to go to 6 through 10 now. This one had some more interesting whiskeys in it. So let's see what we found out. So number 6, I gave 3 Halos. Really enjoyed this one. This had a really deep, rich flavor to it. This is whiskey number 8. And it is, are you serious? No way. Oh, you know what? I just smelled it, and I got toasted marshmallows. And guess what that means? Oh, my God. This is so toasted marshmallow s'mores right now. Come on. It is. You guys probably know what it is. It's Elijah Craig Toasted. Elijah Craig Toasted. This is a bottle that I did not like my first few pours. But, man, as this has gotten some airtime, this has opened up really nicely. If there is a quintessential toasted bourbon barrel profile, it's Elijah Craig. This is toasted marshmallow and s'mores all day long in this bottle. Now, granted, this is a $55 bottle. This is not like the other Elijah Craigs, it's a little bit cheaper. This is $55 to $60, mainly $60 to $65 if you could find it. Now, I gave it 3 Halos. What say you? Let's get to the I said EC toasted in my head when you said marshmallow. The bottle is an enigma. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't understand that bottle at all. when I reviewed it, the first time I reviewed it, I did not like it. I was like, this is funky. It's weird. Let's do a poll for this one, guys. So EC Toasted, should it be three halos, or should it drop to 2 halos? All right, here comes the poll, guys. You guys vote. I will say this has gotten a lot better with some airtime. The problem is it takes a while to get there. So I don't know if I could knowingly give this 3, because this bottle is just weird. I'm not sure. I'll see what you guys say. It's in the chat right now. Definitely give it a vote. Remember, guys, it's about a $60 bottle, 94 proof. It's toasted. And that's another thing. I'm so over the toasted stuff. So over it. Marrow 40K says, I didn't like it the first time either. Overhyped. I want to bump it to McKenna territory at 4 halos. OH, really? You want to bump it to 4 halos? Okay. I don't agree with that, OH. I cannot bump it to 4 halos. I gave it 3. So let's see what you guys say. Right now, the poll says 3 halos to keep it at 110 votes. 110 votes. 377 people are voting. 111 of you guys have voted so far. And it's kind of a landslide. I think we're going to keep this at 3 halos. Let's say this. It's probably 2 halos when you first open it, but then it becomes 3 halos as it opens up. So we'll keep it at 3. EC Toasted. All right, so this next one I said was a rye whiskey when I first tasted it. I said this has to be a rye, and I really loved it. I gave this 4 freaking halos. 4. That's nothing to shake a stick at. So let's see what it is. I'm hoping this is the Pikesville, but we'll see. So this is number 23. Son of a bitch. My Matt Madness skills are still working, guys. It's Pikesville. This is a $50, 6-year, 110 proof rye whiskey. I gave this 4 halos, and I don't think it's a question. It should stay there. This is a really, really delicious rye whiskey for the money, for the price. The problem with Pikesville nowadays is that, and I spoke about this whiskey with Bernie Lovers. If you guys haven't seen that interview I did with Bernie at Heaven Hill, please watch it. It gives you a wealth of information about the history of rye whiskey and Pikesville, in general. It gets really into the details of what Pikesville, how it started, where it came from. This whiskey, yeah, it's a 4 easily for me. I think that when you compare this to other, like, I would put this up against like some of the Sagamores, and it's all like that 4 to 5 tier. Like when you're talking about just really good rye whiskeys that are affordable. But the Pikesville, I mean, it's just so good. I'm just gonna probably keep sipping that thing right here. This is is it this one? No, yeah, 23. I don't want to lose my place there. Did I do that one yet? Oh, I did not. Okay. Yeah, this Pikesville's so good. What Bernie Lovers told me that coming out of the pandemic, this bottle was really hard for them to get again. You know, supply chain issues, all that stuff that kind of happened throughout not only bourbon, but all industries. So this kind of disappeared off of shelves for a little while, but it's starting to come back now. I've seen these in Ohio again. I've seen them in Kentucky again. So if none of you guys have tried Pikesville yet for a rye whiskey, it's an absolute hitter of a rye for $50. So Wigmaster says, I think Chad and Sarah preferred Rittenhouse to Pikesville Blind One. Really? Because Chad and Sarah love Pikesville, so that surprises me. All right. I'm just going to keep this here because I want to keep sipping that. All right, let's go to my next one, which I said it was a fruit bomb. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, is that, let me see, is that what it is? This one was the, let's see, what did I do here? 6. Oh yeah, 7 was that one. Oh, 4 I starred. I gave this 4 halos, this next one, because I really liked it. This isn't the fruit bomb yet. The fruit was number 9. But this one I really liked. And this one is, that's a surprise. Bernheim Barrel Proof. Bernheim Barrel Proof comes in. I gave this 4 halos. I think when I first tried this, I liked it. I wasn't that crazy about it. But let's look at the price here. Bernheim Barrel Proof is $65 retail. $65. Now, if you do the You Do Bourbon, tour at Heaven Hill, every time I've had the Bernheim single barrels in the tour, I have not liked them. This I think is better, a little bit more of a batch profile. I don't know if this is worth 4 halos. This, I don't know. It's good. I liked it in the blind. This is A223. I think they're doing 2 releases for the year. I'll pull this one here, guys. Let me pull this one. See what you guys think. Again, a $65 bottle here. Bernheim BP. We'll say 3 or 4. See what you guys say. 3 halos or 4 halos. I gave it 4 on the initial tasting, but that was also, I don't know, man. I liked it in the blind tasting, but maybe because I was drinking some other like lower proof stuff. No idea. Tony Baganona says 100% correct on the You Do Bourbon. Yeah, I've never had a good Bernheim single barrel at You Do Bourbon. All of them have tasted really weird, grassy, cardboardy. I've never liked any Bernheim single barrel proofs at the You Do Bourbon. I don't know what it is about them, but I can't stand them. Can you poke something a lot of people have never seen? Can you poke something? I don't know what that means. Batch product that's only had 1 release. Not sure you can go to 4 after only 1 release. Isaiah, that's a really good point. This is actually a really good point from Isaiah. It might go down a peg just because of that reason for me. Let's see what the poll says. The poll is unanimously dropping it down to 3. And I would have to agree with that. So I'm gonna bring it down to a 3. So Bernheim BP. The rye is the Pikesville, which stays at 4. Okay. You guys are making good decisions tonight. Unanimously, 77 to 22 to 3 halos for the Bernheim. So you guys are doing really well tonight. All right. You guys are locked in. Here we go. The last 2. This one I said was the Fruit Bomb and was really interesting. I gave this 3 halos. Let's see what it is. Yeah, it's really fruity. I did not think that this was that bottle. This is going to be polarizing because I know there are a lot of varying opinions on this bourbon. This is definitely going to be a poll. So we'll see what you guys think here. This is Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. This bottle tonight was an absolute fruit bomb. It had a little bit of that Heaven Hill nuttiness. It was fruit forward. I got strawberry out of it, a little bit of molasses there. But this bottle right here, now again, you're looking at a 7-year product for $50 to $60 for the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. 100 proof. Does that sway you? I'm not even going to look at it, what you guys are saying. I just want to drop a poll and see what you guys think, because I think this bottle is kind of a polarizing bottle. because I think people still love the original one that came out that was 6 years old. This is a 7, and obviously more than double the price of the last version. So I had this at 3. So should it stay at 3? Does it go to 4? Or I'm going to add a third option and really fuck with you guys. Does it go to 2? You guys tell me. Here's the poll. Start voting now. We'll figure this one out. I don't see a lot of love for this bottle either. I think they're very hit and miss. The first bottle I ever got of it, I thought was okay. This bottle is a newer bottle. It seems to be better than the first one I remember. But does that type of batch variation sway your thought as well, or sway your vote? So we'll see what you guys say in the chat, in the poll. But this one is very fruit forward tonight to me. It's got this really, yeah. It's true. There's not a lot of there's not a big finish to it at all. But what it does give you are these really like sweet, like almost like a Smarties candy type flavor profile to it. So so yeah. David Whiskey Roll likes it. I like, I agree with most of the stuff David likes. 70 is way too much at that point. It's larceny barrel proof. I have a great one. It could be very good. For $50 or under, I'd say 4. So retail, at least here in Ohio, this bottle is $50. It's $50. So if it's more money in your area or wherever else, it'd be interesting to see what the poll numbers are. So let's see where we're at here. Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. So far, after 112 votes, 55% of you are saying 3 Halos. 29% of you are saying 4. 16% of you are saying 2. So interesting voting results here. 114 votes. It looks like we're gonna. Well, we got a couple more for number 4 here. That's surprising. Oh, but 3 is coming back. So my thought is that I would rather drink Russell's Reserve single barrel for like $50, $50-$60 over that. I just think at that price point, there are a lot better bottles. So I think I'm going to keep it at 3, and I think the chat agrees here. I'm going to end the poll after 121 votes, 122 votes, and it looks like 56% of you say keep it at 3, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it at 3. 3 Halos. And last but not least, this was also a 3 Halo one. Initially off the taste. And this one is oh no, I gave this 4 Halos. I wrote 4 here. The last one here is 4 Halos. Man, that's good. What the heck? Russell Reserve single barrels are $80 now. Yeah, you know what? I'd still rather pay the $80 to drink that than that versus that for sure. Yeah, this is really good. I gave this 4 Halos. Let's see what this is. This is number 7. And this is, oh, this is going to go high, I think. Which one is it? Let's see. Larceny Barrel Proof, everybody. And this is, oh, that was a good choice by my lady. Thank you so much, babe. C922. I mean, this is a hell of a one to pick, that's for sure. C922 got 4 Halos. It's a $60 bottle. Now, again, guys, you have to take out the fact, take out the batches, like singular batches in this. Take out singular batches. Before you vote, this is what we need to do here. Consider, so the first few batches of Larceny Barrel Proof were shit. They were terrible. I don't care what anybody says that they liked them. They were shit. They were hot. They were young. They were grainy. the first few batches of Larceny Barrel Proof were absolute. They were terrible. But last year we started to see a turnaround. They were getting better and better. C922, which we just tried, got really good. Now we're into 2023. The A batch was very good. The B batch was really good. Are we starting to see like a better pattern here? So if you're basing it on last year and this year, for a $60 bottle of barrel-proof wheated bourbon that's supposedly 6 to 8 years old, does it stay at 4 halos? Or are you willing to go up to the ultimate 5 halos based on value? So I'm not going to look at the chat here. I'm going to drop it in the poll. Let you guys take a quick vote. Larceny BP. Do we stay at 4 or do we go to 5? And Astro community, I'm just going to see what you guys say because this is so much friggin' fun. I love it. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. This has been so much fun. Okay. Yes, Stuff and Whiskey. I totally agree. More misses than hits with Larceny Barrel Proof. Josh and Aaron, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Guys, if you're not watching Josh and Aaron on Stuff and Whiskey, you're missing some of the best content on YouTube. Go check them out. Yeah, way more misses than hits on Larceny Barrel Proof. However, the last 3 to 4-ish releases have been really good. So you guys let me know in the chat. Now, there could be a point where it kind of goes downward, but we'll see. And that's what we got, guys. Let me write this down. This is Larceny Barrel Proof. You guys vote it. You let me know where it should go. All right, yeah, this goes to 3 halos. That stays at 3. Larceny has 4. The big question is it going to go to 5 or is it going to go to, or is it going to stay at 4? We're going to see. Stuff and Whiskey says B521, B522, and C922, all bangers for sure. Appreciate that. Stuff and Whiskey. I don't know if you guys have been able to try the B523 yet, but it's pretty delicious. So hopefully you guys get to review that soon. Larceny Barrel Proof is $120 in Miami. Damn. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Miami can be pretty expensive for sure. Since it is Heaven Hill night, you can hit us with the ECBP fall. Oh, you guys want to see the fall? You guys want to see the fall? Okay, I'll show you the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen me fall after drinking 4 Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs in a blind tasting, here it is.
I fell.
Yes, it is Heaven Hill night. I fell on my ass. It's classic. Yes. Okay. More than Elijah Craig makes no sense. I guess pure hype, says Tim. Maybe. The fall. Rolling on the floor laughing. The fall never gets old. That's right. That's because heaven isn't too far away. Heaven isn't too far away. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in the poll. All right, you guys are keeping it at 4. 129 votes. 72% of you are saying to keep it at 4 halos. Only 27% of you are saying to move it up to 5. 28%. I don't think it's going to catch up. 134 votes. I don't think we're going to catch up, guys. I think we're going to keep it at 4 halos. All right, guys. So here is the deal. Let's go to let's go to the tiers here. We're going to start moving these around. Okay, so here is the tiers, guys. So we have well, let me get the tools out here. So I got to hide some of these. We did Larceny Barrel Proof. The Old Fitz didn't show up. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof didn't show up. Evan Williams 12 didn't show up. These three did. This one did not. No Parker's Heritage. Man, the next blind is going to be freaking hitters. Man, none of these showed up here. Regular Larceny was not in it. Toasted, Rye, Pikesville, Bernheim. Both Bernheims. Were both Bernheims in here? Or was it just one of them? No, just one of them was in there. So let me get rid of that one. That wasn't in it. And regular Elijah Craig wasn't in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so there we are. So these are our 10 bottles, which we ranked tonight. So Henry McKenna is going to move to the 4 Halo tier. 1783 is going to stay right where it is on the 3 Halo tier. Mellow Corn is going to move up slightly to the 2 Halo tier. Evan Williams Black Label is going to join Mellow Corn right there in the 2 Halo tier. Elijah Craig Toasted is going to move down to 3 Halos, which is kind of cool. Let's see, what else we got? Pikesville. Pikesville is just going 1 tier down here to number 4. 4 Halos for Pikesville, well deserved. Let's see here. The Bernheim Barrel Proof is going to move down to 3 Halos. So there you go. Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond is also going to stay put right here at 3 Halos. And lastly, Larceny Barrel Proof is going to stay right there at 4 Halos. So good company right here. Oh, wait, Elijah Craig Rye. Skip that one. That one's moving down to 3. So we have a good amount in the 3 tier. And then we have Pikesville, Larceny Barrel Proof, Henry McKenna, all getting the nod for 4 Halos. Evan Williams, 1783. Elijah Craig, Toasted, Bernheim Barrel Proof, Heaven Hill, Bottled and Bond. Elijah Craig Rye getting 3 Halos. Then Mellow Corn and Evan Williams Black Label staying solid at 2 Halos. So here is your ranking, guys. Dude, I mean, I think all you guys did a great job ranking these. I agree with this entire list, to be honest, guys. I think this is a definitive, just a completely unarguable ranking. So I totally agree with this. So you guys, I think, did a bang-up job at doing the votes. I feel like the tasting notes that I got really fell in line exactly with what I tasted. The only one that surprised me was that Bernheim Barrel Proof. It actually came off a little bit better than what I remember. So I think you guys absolutely nailed it. Let's see. Honestly, EC Rye at 3 is the most surprising from this blind. I would agree with you, Tim, for sure. I didn't think it was going to do that well. But I think the price helps it, for sure. I think the price helps it. All right, it is 11:03. Let's see. Past Aaron's bedtime. Nothing awful, nothing mind-blowing. Yeah. I think it was solid. But next week, we start there were a lot of big hitter bottles that left out of here. Old Fitz, Evan Williams 12-year, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, Heaven Hill 17. Guys, next week we finish the Heaven Hill ranking. There's going to be a lot of bottles to taste through, a lot of great rankings. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Before we go, we got to give away our 2 bottles, though. So, first up, Larceny Barrel Proof B523. Whoever was keeping track, let me know how many were in the running here. I think Steve A was hanging out here, so let's see. Richie Z, thanks so much. Karen B. Ford says lots of fun tonight. This is always fun to do, so I really appreciate everybody hanging out. Pikesville is $50, best value. I would agree with that, Wigmaster, for sure. Next week's is gonna be what? It's gonna be drunk. I don't think I'm gonna be drunk next week. All right, Steve A. If you have the final counts for the giveaways tonight, let me know how many people we got, and we will give away the first bottle tonight. The Mash and Drum. I have 47 names on the list. A few of them donated multiple times. Okay. So, I mean, if a few of them donated multiple times, they should have multiple chances to win. 1 through 47. Let's go with, I have to go with the Jordan number. Let's go with 23. Steve A., who is at number 23? Number 23 gets the Larceny Barrel Proof B5 23. And guys, following the stream, I'm going to be on Women of Whiskeys coming right after this to play some Truth or Dare game. I don't know what I'm playing, but it's going to be a little scary. So you guys can go over to Women of Whiskeys and see me on there and fail at a game. It'll be a lot of fun. Oh shit, Saucy Shane! Congrats, dude! Saucy Shane wins the Larceny Barrel Proof right here on the Master Drum. Congrats. Congrats, says Steve A. All right, so now we're going to give away Tony Bag of Donuts. He's got an Logitech Barrel Proof B523 is going to give away as well. So let's go a little bit of a higher number. Let's go to number 44. Steve A., who is number 44 that is going to get the bottle from Tony Bag of Donuts for the Logitech Barrel Proof B523? Willow Gnocchi was saying, just watching the Hardin's Creek review. Nice shit. Dude, I love the Hardin's Creek review. The Hardin's Creek is really, really good stuff. So who is number 44? Yeah, Big Vic. If your name comes up here for 44, that's it. Jimmy Copeland gets the Logitech Barrel Proof B523. Very, very nice. Jimmy Copeland, email me at themashanddrum@gmail.com and or just hit me up through Patreon. I will connect you with Tony Bag of Donuts, and we will get you your bottle. So congrats to Saucy Shane and Jimmy Copeland tonight for winning the bottles. Guys, thanks for hanging out tonight here on the Master Drum. This was a lot of fun. Next week, we're going to have a lot of really good bottles in the blind tasting. So it seems like it's weird. It seems like all like the big hitter bottles are kind of being saved for next week. So it wasn't done on purpose, but it looks like it's going to happen. Cheers. See you guys next week right here on the Master Drum. Go hang on the Women of Whiskeys. I'm going to be going on there next to play a little bit of a whiskey game. We'll see how I do. Cheers, guys. Love you all. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share it with. I'm going to drink the rest of this Pikesville. Cheers, guys. See you next week. Or actually see you on Women of Whiskeys.